Hello beautiful souls, here we are in October and we have some very challenging but also life enhancing and life transforming astrology this month. We not only have a Mutable Grand Cross, we also have a Cardinal Grand Cross. I can hear you all shaking in your boots remembering last year. But having said that, some astrologers refer to these as achievement squares. Here's your monthly astrology. Cancer, these crosses may be challenging for you because the moon, your ruler, is involved. Now before you panic, I believe that these are a great opportunity for you, and particularly in the first Mutable Grand Cross, look into your heart and look into your intuition. You may already know what's coming, or you should know. There should have been signs and symbols and all sorts going on. And like all of us, sometimes you ignore your intuition, but as a water sign, it's always there. You tend to know what lays beneath the surface. And if I were you, I would ratchet up those skills this month and go, okay, I'm going to be my own oracle and sense and use my intuition to see what's coming and how to maneuver through it to the best of my ability. Also, it's a karma square. So once you've dealt with this, you're shifting karma. And often with karma, things happen that are kind of meant to be. And even if they're really difficult or unpalatable, ends up being for our greater good. It ends up enhancing our soul in some way. So the moon in that mutable square is in the position of your intuition and your psychic ability, which really will help you through. And also, just the whole thing feels like you know what changes you need to make, you know what you're meant to commit to, and it's time to move on. Now, when we come to the Cardinal Grand Cross straight after, the moon is in your sign. So that one is very, very important. You're at an emotional crossroads and you're going to have to make a decision, or a decision is going to be made for you. And because Uranus is involved in that, there may be some sudden change, and it could be connected to your career in some way. But frankly, your family, your home, your sense of what's in your heart is coming to the surface. The truth is coming out. Hold on one second. Let me just rearrange my scarf before it flies off into the distance, and it's my favourite scarf. Anyway, back to you. So basically, is there something going on emotionally? You know it and you sense it and you feel that change has to come. Let it happen. That's the easiest way to do it. Surrender to the change, because later on this month, it's so good for you when it comes to your home, your family and your love life. Whatever occurs at the beginning of this month, just go, okay, there is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, because Michele Knight told me. Anyway, I think that you're going to end up feeling that you are free from something, and something new and fabulous is stepping right into that gap, because you're being honest. You have to be emotionally honest with what's going on. Venus is going direct, or is direct, and it's entering a place for you where you're able to talk about your feelings, you're able to express yourself in a whole new way. And Mercury is going direct on the 9th, so whatever these issues are around home and family, it suddenly becomes clear. Recently, you've been thinking about the past connected to your home and family. There may have been situations you've had to deal with which you thought I dealt with those years ago. But now, fingers crossed, you're free. We have a new moon in your position of home and family, so that really is the common theme this month. And a new moon is great because it's a new beginning. It's a brand new start. It's an opportunity for you to start again. It's an opportunity for you to let go of whatever's gone on and step forward. Could be that somebody moves in with you, a relationship goes to the next level, you move home, you transform, but it's a positive thing. And when we have the full supermoon on the 27th, you feel like you've got your power back. It's a brilliant day for socialising, getting out and about, and celebrating whatever's happened earlier on in the month. Now, Venus, Mars and Jupiter are conjunct, giving you the gift of the gab, being very seductive, being very flirtatious, being able to connect with people with real confidence, which is great. And also on the 22nd, we have a Mercury and Juno conjunction. And I believe that's important because it's, Juno is about good, solid relationships that are good for us, that are right for us, that work. And that's where your energy is going. And that's not just romantic relationships, it's also friendships, connections with family, etc., etc. Finally, we have the sun entering your position of joy and happiness. Boo boo, come here. And you're able to just feel buoyant, feel like you've achieved something. And the greatest accomplishments that we can have are connected to when we work for it. So, you know, there should be great celebration by the end of the month and you feeling great. Finally, on the 28th, actually, there's another Venus, Mars and Jupiter conjunction. And you're like, yeah, this is it. I don't say survive. It may not be negative at all, actually. Don't get scared. It may be that you work really hard for something and you get a reward and there's nothing unpleasant, there's nothing untoward at all. You're just feeling powerful, you're feeling like a warrior and you get things done. You know what it's like? We can learn in many different ways. We can be challenged in many different ways. It's not necessarily bad news. Anyway, to cut a long story short, by the end of the month, you are celebrating and joyful. Let me know what happens. Take care and I'll speak to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this month's astrology. I have to say it's such an important month that I highly recommend you going to horoscope.co.uk where I've got full written details about what's going on. And also, if you fancy it, michelleknight.co.uk or .com, because I've got 3,000 articles on everything magical, spiritual, from soulmates to psychic development. Take care, have a wonderful month, and I'll speak to you soon.